Hey, what's going on, everyone? SurgicalSnipes here, back at it again with another Diablo Immortal video. What is going on, everyone? In this video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be making a series of videos every day. I'm gonna be trying to do some kind of I'm gonna be trying to do some kind of social media experiment here, because this is the internet and these videos are public. So we're gonna put that to the test. We're gonna experiment here and do a little social media experiment. Okay. So who am I? For those who are new to the channel here, um, hello. My name is SurgicalSnipes. I am the #1 Diablo Immortal player in the world, which means I am Diablo from the Diablo franchise created by Blizzard Entertainment or Blizzard Entertainment North or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, y'all, that is what I'm talking about here. This is the whole topic of the series, right? A player is claiming to be Diablo of the entire Diablo franchise, right? And I've been trying to get in contact with Blizzard for these last couple years, ever since Diablo Immortal released back in 2022 of June 2022, and I was calling the Blizzard number, the Blizzard operator kept telling me to send an email to the to PR public relations, and they never replied back after a couple emails I sent. So, and I talk about this in my other videos as well. But anyways, I try to contact them over the phone. I try to contact Blizzard over the phone. I try to contact Blizzard. I try to contact Blizzard over the phone, over the emails, Discord, right? Blizzard employees, and for some reason, the message is not getting through to them. You know that Diablo is trying to reach y'all. Is trying to make contact with y'all. It's trying to communicate with the creators of the entire franchise, right? Blizzard, you made a franchise called Diablo, right? 30 years ago, pretty much, right? 1996. And yeah, so 30 years later, well, technically like 26 years later, like when Diablo Immortal released, the #1 player is revealing himself and is claiming to be Diablo. So it all checks out. Believe me, it all checks out. I've uploaded matches upon matches, hundreds of battleground matches, Conqueror PvP matches, and my most recent work of I'm just doing the Alley of Blood matches, you know, and you know, it's me. Nobody has done what I do or what I've done in this game as far as PvP is concerned, right? I only equip 1 and 2 star gems, as you guys can see here. I only equip 1 and 2 star gems only. No charm, no charms equipped, no runes equipped, no familiars equipped, no ancient gear equipped, etc. Right? The list goes on of things that I don't equip, right? In the battlegrounds. I'm currently at 1230 resonance. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I've done all this shit in the game, right? Leaderboards, I had them, before. The game's pay to win. The battlegrounds are not legit, so I can't just keep trying to get it, the #1 spots. I did it in 7 out of the 9 battleground classes. 7 out of the 9 classes in battlegrounds, and then the only reason I couldn't get them with the new ones, right, with the 2 most recent classes that released, which is Druid and Tempest, I didn't get #1 battleground legend with those because that's around the time when Inferno battlegrounds started happening, and it just messed up everything. Like as soon as you hit legend rank, it's just It's just unplayable, completely unplayable when you're only at 1230 resonance right now, as I am currently. So that's what it is. I can't perform if I can't do damage to the person, to my opponents, or if I just get one shotted or two shotted. It's just stupid, right? But we can talk about that and banter about that all day, right? For another video. All right, this video is gonna be about the beginning of my series. Okay, I am trying to contact Blizzard. I'm trying to let them know my story. So I'm gonna have to stay here for the long run here, and it's like a marathon. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? I thought it was gonna be so easy just to get in contact with Blizzard, tell them my story, and then, they give me the keys to the castle pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't work like that for some reason, because, you know, people get skeptical, and people doubt in the beginning initially. But with all the evidence I'm showing in my battleground matches and all my PvP matches, and, you know, I cannot prove my point more than I already have. And I'm not a whale, so I can't fight in the I can't compete in the whale wars, in the battlegrounds, so, and hopefully Blizzard can help me out with that, and I'll have a max res account, and then I'll be able to compete against anybody. You know what I'm saying? In those kind of matches, in those pay to win matches. Anyways, yeah, so that's where we're at, y'all. You know, that's where we're at. I'm trying to get this done as soon as possible, because time is of the essence, and I believe the community, the entire Diablo community, should know who Diablo is. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm doing all this, right? Because it's the truth. I self-proclaimed it. I proved it. Nobody can honestly say that they're doing what I'm doing in the game, or what I've done in the game, right? If you equip 5-star gems, if you equip charms, if you equip runes, familiars, ancient gear, all that stuff, then you're not the same type of Diablo Immortal player that I am. You see? And that's the truth. And that's why I talk like this. That's why I am so passionate about attempting to let Blizzard, to contact Blizzard, because this is the truth, right? The players who face me in playable matches or fair play PvP matches, right? The playable matches are the ones where the resonance is similar, and I'm able to do damage even when I'm still at a disadvantage, right? Those are the playable matches, right? If I'm at 1230 resonance right now, and I'm going up against players 2000 resonance or 1500 resonance, they still have more resonance than I do, but I'm still able to do damage to them if I'm able to, right? Those are the playable matches in the battlegrounds. Now, in the fair play PvP modes like Conquer PvP, which is the biggest indicator, right? Because that one, there's 0 resonance. There's nothing else equipped, right? No secondaries, no resonance, no familiars, no charms, ancient gear. None of that stuff is included in the Conquer PvP. So that's why Conquer PvP is the most fair play PvP mode we have in Diablo Immortal. Right now, currently, we have the Alley of Blood, right? The Alley of Blood event. That one is fair play PvP for the most part, but because they're stacking damage included, right? The champion marks, where people stack up to 99 champion marks to increase their damage and all that. That is, a one-sided thing. That's a one-sided contest. As soon as the guy has 99 stacks, he becomes a juggernaut, and it's over pretty much. So I don't really include Alley of Blood in the mix of fair play PvP contests. Plus, there's other classes that perform better than others because they're immune to damage or they're intargetable. So on top of stacking stuff, that's not good at all. That's pretty one-sided. Anyways, y'all, yeah. So that's why I'm making these videos, because it's the truth, and I believe most of the community understands what I'm talking about here, and they accept it. They believe me, and I'm just here to to spread the truth about this topic, because I believe in the sense, in the whole scope of the Diablo franchise. This is pretty much this is breaking news. A guy is claiming to be Diablo of the entire Diablo franchise. Who'd have thought? Who would have thought that that was actually possible? But I'm sure people knew that there's always a possibility that somebody could claim that, if he's the number one player in PvP, well, then he has a strong claim. And that person is me, right? That player is me. So that's why I am doing all this, right? I want to get in contact with Blizzard. I want to share my story. And I would like to be formally recognized as Diablo of the entire franchise, because it's the truth. It's the truth. I willed it. I willed it into existence. And I'm just here to claim what I earned. I'm the number one franchise player for the Diablo franchise. So, Blizzard, let's talk. Let's talk, y'all, and then we can create amazing content together. And I'll go to Blizz HQ every day and hang out with y'all. And hopefully you guys will accept me into your gaming family. This is my golden ticket, right? This is my golden ticket into the company. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a tech guy. I'm not a software engineer or a designer or anything like that. That requires those specialty jobs. The specialty careers. I am the number one PvP player of one of your franchises, of one of your franchise games. So, what does that mean? That means I am staking my claim in all this. That's how I stake my claim on all this, right? You have a Diablo franchise. You have a video game franchise that's called Diablo. And I am the guy that can claim to be Diablo. Right? And I'm not claiming to be Diablo in a religious sense, right? Like I'm starting to put now the disclaimers. All my video descriptions from now on, I'm putting the disclaimer there, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Like when I'm claiming to be Diablo, I'm not claiming to be the freaking devil of a religion or something like that. Nothing like that. No. The game is called the video game franchise is called Diablo, from the Blizzard Entertainment, from the company, from the video game company Blizzard Entertainment. So the franchise is called Diablo. I'm the number one PvP player of that game, of the franchise. So that's why I am calling myself from the lead title character of the game, of the franchise. That's the only relation there, right? And I explained that in my disclaimer and I'm putting that on top of all my YouTube videos moving forward, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea, right? So, anyways, yeah, man, Blizzard, hopefully you guys are hearing this. If not, I'm gonna have to keep making more videos. But yeah, like I said, this is gonna be the series, right? So I'm gonna be every day pretty much. We're gonna do it because I was watching those things, on YouTube. There's like those series, like people put like day 1, day 100, day 1000, however long it takes for the goal to be completed, right? So in my case, I'm trying to contact Blizzard. I'm trying to let them know my story. So this is going to be the series right here. This is the official day 1 of attempting to contact Blizzard Entertainment. This is day 1 of trying to attempt to contact Blizzard Entertainment to let them know that one of the franchises that they have, which is Diablo, a player by the name of SurgicalSnipes is claiming to be Diablo. Imagine that, y'all. Who would have thought, right? And I know it's a curveball here, I know it's kind of like, oh shit, what the fuck? But I exist, Blizzard. Diablo exists. Who'd have thought, So, this is as real as it can be. I'm the closest thing to Diablo as far as the Diablo franchise is going to get. And, I accept the role because it's the truth. It's the truth, right? I earned it. I worked hard every day to fine craft, to fine tune my PvP skills. And, yeah, so I can keep going up on and on and on about all this shit, but I think I'm gonna leave it here. This is day one of Diablo trying to contact Blizzard Entertainment.